Jessica.
Good morning. I hope you've enjoyed the convention so far in Nashville. I'm from the Alpha Tau chapter in Missouri. I do currently live in Colorado, but I'm still a member of Missouri. I'm also part of the group DKG Next, and I've been a member of DKG since 2010. As we are all aware, Annie Webb Linton and a few others work to promote women in education so they could have equal pay, access to jobs at all levels, a place to publish articles, and many other things. Dr. Blanton was a supporter of children, women's rights, and educators. She was an amazing woman. She had a dream that began on May 11, 1929, where she and 11 others met to form Delta Kappa Gamma. You are living out the dream today. As we gather here, you are part of that vision she so clearly saw to unite women educators around the world. As we gather, you may think that women educators have come so far since 1929 with access to all positions and equal pay that there is no longer a need for DKG, that it may just fade into the history books. I ask you to reflect just a few minutes on the problems and challenges you see facing educators today. There may be more need than ever for DKG. Perhaps we can help keep dynamic, talented women educators in the classroom more than 5 years. Perhaps we can help women educators achieve advanced degrees. Perhaps we can work for equitable funding of education. Perhaps we can work for secure retirement for all educators. Perhaps we can fund a school in Africa. Perhaps we can tackle, well, the list is long. Maybe you're thinking today that one person can't make much difference, that really the future of DKG isn't up to me. What could I do? Let me tell you a short story. While sitting in a chapter meeting, we were asked to share a moment we had made a difference. A lady named Bev Jenkins, a retired first grade teacher, started telling a story of a little girl in her first grade classroom who hardly ever spoke a word. The little girl would come to school, do her work, play with some friends at recess, but she still didn't speak much. Bev went on to say that she often wondered what happened to this little girl. Where did she end up? What was she doing? And did she ever find her voice? It wasn't until many years later she got to find out what happened to this little girl. Bev was walking down the hallway and stopped to listen to a teacher. The little girl Bev wondered about became a teacher. In fact, she became a first grade teacher. While Bev was telling the story, I was listening intently, thinking, I hope I can make a difference with my students. It wasn't until the end of the story that I realized she was talking about me. I was the little girl that never talked. I was the little girl that needed to find her voice. I was inspired by Bev and so many of my other elementary teachers and also Delta Kappa Gamma members. I wanted to continue the legacy of helping children find their voice. I wanted to be just like my elementary teachers. Some I was able to end up working with, and many I was in the same chapter with. It takes one person to ignite hope. I hope you enjoy your day at the convention, but remember, you are part of something much greater. You are making a difference in the lives of children and women around the world. One person can make a difference. Thank you.
Are there any announcements at this time?
Yes, there are announcements. These announcements are pertaining to breakout sessions and things that you might want to know for today especially. There will be a change in the Cyber Center sessions that are being offered today. That change is that the 4:30 session is going to be apps and tools for the educator. And the Cyber Center is going to be a fabulous place to visit this week. Additional hot topic session will be added to the Friday schedule. It's going to be entitled Elder Care, the End of Life. And this next one is it's not about a change in time, it's a clarification of the session. There is a session this afternoon, Women Lead the Way, promoting and advocating at 1 o'clock today. It does not address women in the media, but rather leadership through self-promotion, advocacy, and mentoring. I think it's important for you to know that because that might influence your decision to attend or not. We also have had one thing brought to our attention from the hotel staff. A number of people have tried to use, when they leave the room, have tried to use the exit doors on this side. Those are service doors all on that side. All of your exit should happen through those on this side over here. So just kind of remember that. Also, we found some tickets last night. I'm going to put them at the information desk, and if you've lost a ticket, you can go there and see if yours is there. One in particular is really critical, I believe. It's one for someone who needs a diabetic meal. So the other two are for event luncheons or events. Also, I'd like to make two quick acknowledgments before we do our room block prize. Ava Wells, who works with the Convention Visitors and Bureau, has worked with us from the very beginning of this planning for this convention. She is in the audience today, and I would love for Ava to stand up and you welcome her. She's been amazing to help us publicize this convention. Thank you, Ava. And the last comes from your request. Since last evening, I've been stopped numerous times and said, Becky, why are those items in our favor bag last night? What's the significance? If you didn't realize this, all of those are Tennessee-made products that were in your bag. One in particular is the Goo Goo Cluster. And I also heard something about that. I've heard several people say, I think those are made in China. No, those are made right down the street from this hotel on Brawley Parkway. They have a store downtown on 3rd Avenue, but even more important than all of that, I want you to know that one of our Delta Kappa Gamma members is a member of the family that owns the company that makes Goo Goo Clusters. She and her family donated 700 Goo Goos last summer for the Southeast Regional, and they donated, out of the goodness of their hearts, 2,000 Goo Goo Clusters for all of you to have one. Missy Collins. And just so you'll know, the significance of the name is really important. Do you know why they're called Goo Goo Clusters? Because that's the first candy that anyone asks for following birth. Any baby can say Goo Goo. All right, Mary Mack is going to do the room block prizes. Listen carefully.
Ladies, I think I have the best job up here. I get to give the door prizes away. So, who's staying at the Convention Hotel? If so, thank you. You've helped us make our block. What do we mean when we talk about meet the block? When the society signs a contract with a hotel at least 2 years in advance, it guarantees that members will register for a certain number of room nights at the hotel. And meeting the block means that we meet a pre-agreed percentage of that guaranteed number of room nights. In return, when we meet the hotel block, we receive certain benefits, such as hospitality rooms and meeting rooms, etc., at no charge. So you can see why we talk about the block. If you're staying at the Convention Hotel, you had an option to complete a brief questionnaire at registration. That form was placed in the Meet the Block bag. A name was selected from the bag for a block thank you gift. Our thank you gift today is a beautiful DKG sterling silver oval pendant featuring a large garnet stone and includes a 20-inch sterling silver snake chain. I tried to take it home. This newly designed item donated by Awards Concept is available in the marketplace at the table number 8. The recipient can meet Jade right up here up front after this session for the thank you gift. The recipient today is Candace Martin. Are you in the house? Woo, come on down.
Thank you, Merrimack. Merrimack's from Georgia. Are there any other announcements or business to come before the assembly before we adjourn? Hearing none, then the meeting is adjourned and we will reconvene tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. in this room. Thank you.